So good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining me on such short notice here this morning. My name is Samantha Becotte. I'm the president of the Saskatchewan Teachers Federation, and I'm joining you this morning from Treaty 6 territory and the homeland of the Métis. It is clear that it isn't only teachers that are seeing the crisis in public education. Students and parents, caregivers are seeing it too. And that goes to show through all of the events that we've been holding over the last 6 to 7 months. So this year, 7,700 people have attended rallies for public education. There have been 13,600 emails that have been sent. And last Friday, over 500 phone calls were made in just one day. All of this is to tell government that they are failing our kids and failing public education. Saskatchewan has gone from first and per student funding down to 8th, and this means that funding for each student has been cut by more than $2,500 over a 5-year span. And we have had enough. Parents, students, and teachers are all demanding this government start doing its job by providing sustainable funding for public education. Teachers are ready to find solutions, and we're ready to go back to the bargaining table as soon as they're ready to come and have meaningful conversations toward actions that can improve public education. But we need government to work with us to ensure all students have access to the supports that they need. So if you'd want to raise your hand, I'd be happy to take any questions that you may have. Aishwarya, did I get that right this time?
Yeah. Hi.
Hi.
I just had a quick question. Who's winning the battle on influencing people, with the billboards, the PR campaigns? I guess who are people believing?
From the things that I am seeing on social media and just talking to people in the public, there are a lot of people in the public who are supporting teachers in this. They are seeing through the misleading information that the government is putting out on billboards. And in the end, the public in Saskatchewan, whether they are parents of children or they are grandparents of children or they're just concerned citizens in Saskatchewan, everyone knows that the best investment that we can make is into public education because our kids are the future of this province. And so for the most part, from what I am seeing, people are supporting teachers. And that was shown through a survey that we had as well, where about 60% of respondents said that they thought this government was headed in the wrong direction when it came to their political choices and their priorities.
Thank you. Just one more. To what extent was it teachers calling on December 1st as opposed to the public or other concerned people?
I'm not sure of the breakdown between the two groups. I know, as I said, I saw on social media as well, people posting about their support of the day and the actions that they took. So I'm sure that both teachers and members of the public were engaging in that process. But in terms of the breakdown, as I'm not sure if names were collected in that process, I'm not sure of the breakdown between members of the public or teachers. But I do know that there are many members of the public that are supporting teachers in this battle.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Josh?
Yeah, I'm just kind of wondering where are things at with the talks right now, in terms of just, the nitty gritty of it, like just kind of when's the last time we met? I know that you sought some help from the ministry, et cetera. Just what's going on in terms of where things are at?
Well, the last time we met officially at the bargaining table would have been October 13th, the day that we declared an impasse. Since then, we're very surprised, I'm excited that we received dates for conciliation quicker than we had expected. So we are heading to conciliation tomorrow for 3 days this week, and then they'll resume for 2 days next week. And then at that time, we'll have to wait for the report from the conciliation chair for her decision on what has been presented. But teachers are, as we have communicated, we have been willing to return to the table at any point alongside the conciliation process if the government were to be willing to start negotiating on the other proposals that we have presented, those big topics such as classroom complexity, violence in the classroom, supports for substitute teachers, meaningful actions that support truth and reconciliation. We need to see meaningful conversations come to the bargaining table and a willingness to negotiate on these items from the government.
And just one more quick question. So obviously, like you just mentioned, the STF's looking to negotiate on, other issues besides salary, like classroom size, complexity, etc. The government says they don't. I mean, there's this sort of philosophical difference that's been communicated so far in this process, where they're saying we don't feel like that's part of contract negotiations. I'm just curious: would across Canada, like with other teachers, labor groups, is this something that is typically part of contracts, or is this something new that is being tried in Saskatchewan here?
No, there are many provincial teacher organizations that have negotiated conditions on classroom size or classroom complexity. So this isn't a new topic that is coming out of nowhere. It is also something that we brought forward over our last 2 rounds. And in the last round of negotiations, a committee was established through the negotiations process. So there was already a little indication that they were willing to have conversations there at that point. And like I said, this isn't a new topic of conversation for teachers. BC has statements on classroom size. Ontario has negotiated statements in their teacher organizations. So this isn't something that has come out of nowhere. As well, in traditional labor negotiations, typically there are 3 main items that are negotiated: the terms of employment, salary and benefits, or compensation and benefits, and then working conditions. And so while we were having these conversations, teachers' working conditions are our students' learning conditions. And if teachers are supported and able to be successful in their work, that just means that our students are successful in their work as well. And that's the hope for all teachers, and that's the hope for parents and members of Saskatchewan too. Okay, so not seeing any more hands up. Again, just want to thank everyone for joining us today. I believe this is being recorded, so if you missed the beginning or any part of it, please just reach out and we'll make sure that you can access the recording. And as I said, teachers are looking forward to entering into conciliation over the next couple of weeks, and we hope to have a positive update after those dates are finished. Josh.
Sorry,
okay.
But just got to ask. Obviously, you guys have had the strong authorization for potential job action. So, just going to ask the question: any sense of if that's going to happen and when that might occur?
Well, at all times throughout this process, we are working towards our goal of getting a negotiated agreement, and we're looking at all of our options in that process. Teachers are tired of having this government ignore the needs of students and ignore public education, and they're ready to take action. And that came across very clearly through that sanctions vote, where we had a 95% support in favor of sanctions. Now, all of these are strategic decisions, and as I said, while we are authorized to take action, that is not our goal. We want to have a negotiated agreement, and so we're hopeful that the conciliation process will bring us closer together, if not to an agreement. But also we're hopeful that all of these actions that we have taken move the government forward and off their original position of the salary offers that were on billboards, or their position of no, that they wouldn't negotiate any of our other items. So we're hopeful that we can reach an agreement without action, but teachers are ready to take action when it's necessary. Okay, so again, just thank you for your time. If you have additional questions, please feel free to reach out. Or as I said, this event was being recorded, and so if you missed any of it, please just reach out to the Federation Communications, and they'll be able to provide you with a recording shortly after this. Thank you.